This is Tisa with Green Organic Love, and it has been raining for a couple of days now. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about on this video is if you are washing your hands like I am and they are starting to feel dry and cracked and they're starting to burn like these, there's a solution. So I'm gonna come out here in this rain and I'm gonna grab some fresh aloe vera, which is over here in this pot. So got a fresh piece. I'm gonna take this in and wash it up and cut it up, and I'll show you how you can relieve your hands of the cracked and burning feeling from washing them a lot. I'll be right back to show you how that is done. This is the aloe vera. I've gotten some off of it already. There's some baby ones in here that I actually need to remove and replant, but that's not gonna be today. So I'll be right back with what's gonna happen with this aloe vera. So I'm back. I brought the aloe vera in to wash it off, and what you will need for this DIY hand mask is 2 pair of gloves, 2 pair, and I have a clear pair as well. You will need the aloe vera, of course, a container to store the aloe vera once you have harvested it from the way that it grows. You will also need some coconut oil. So let's get started on how to open up this fresh aloe vera and actually get the aloe vera out of it. So I'm cutting off the thorns first. There we go. Put those over here. You will also need a spoon, and I'll show you what you're gonna do with that. But let's cut this in right here, and I can put that in the bowl. And I'm gonna just open up this with this small paring knife. Let's see, I'm gonna cut that right there down the middle. And then just kind of slice it right there. It is a little bit slippery, so be careful while you're cutting it. But as you can see, I'm doing my best to try to get as less of the flesh in this part, the skin, as possible. So I'm doing my best to cut it as close to the skin as I can. Can you see that? Okay, so let's take all of that off. Now, the skin is on one side still and off the other side. And the reason why I do this is because we're gonna take this spoon and we're gonna scrape out, hold it with one hand, just scrape out the aloe vera itself. See how much easier it is just to scrape it instead of cutting it. That way you can just scrape off every drop in here, every little bit that's on the skin. So when you get done, you'll have all of it, every drop off the skin, and I'll show you exactly what that's gonna look like. Uh-oh, get back in there. Okay, so I got it all off. It's still a little bit slippery, so be careful with that. There we go. So there it is. I was able to get all of it. Well, let's see, there might be a few more pieces. Okay, so there we go. I got most of it, y'all. So let's put that back over there, and I'm gonna take, this is how much we ended up getting from that piece. I'm gonna take this over to the blender, and then I'll fill it up in this jar. So I'll be right back with that blended in the jar to show you exactly what that looks like. So I got the blender ready, and I'm just going to pour in all of my aloe vera. There we go. Now I'm gonna turn on the blender on a medium speed. So let's take it all the way down. Okay. Turn it off, and let's get this poured up into our container. Now that is all whipped up, I'm going to pour it into our container so that it can be preserved. I have a top that I'm also going to be using. Once I get done with what I'm using right now for this demonstration, I will be able to put the top on, and this should keep in a refrigerator for days. And this will probably last me about a week. I'm gonna scrape this out of here later, and I can still use that. I'll get a paper towel and just kind of scrape that out later. But what I'm gonna do with this mask, with this glove, is take a little bit of the aloe vera, whipped aloe vera, and put it in the glove. Each one, and that's enough. A tablespoon to 2 tablespoons is enough. So put a little bit in each one. 2 tablespoons, there's one. And here is another one. Side. So I'm gonna leave these up like this. Just kind of squish it in so that it's all over it. All over it. Just kind of rub it in so that it's all throughout your mask, your glove, aloe vera, and that to the side. Do the same thing with the other one. Make sure that it is in each finger and thumb and spread it out evenly. Put that to the side. Now we are going to get our second pair of gloves, and I am going to take some coconut oil. Do the same thing. Put it in there, one in each one. And this is, if I had to measure it, about a tablespoon as well. And just kind of put it all in there. Now I have it because I didn't clean my hands before time, all over my hands, but you get the idea. We want to get this throughout the whole glove. We want to get it evenly distributed in the glove. I use two different colors because I want to remember that this one is oil and this other one is the aloe vera. So get it down into each finger. And you can use more or less if you need to. Now, another thing that I wanted to say is I don't do this throughout the day. I do this at night before I go to bed. So that's why my hands are not as cracked and dry as they would be like in the middle of the day. And if you're having like some burning throughout the day, before it gets night, just apply some coconut oil right after you wash, and then recover that with the paper towel and see if it doesn't soothe it a little bit. So let me tell you that you only need to do this for about 5 minutes. Take off all of your jewelry because you don't want that aloe vera to be stuck on. So let's get a paper towel and get this in here. Get these hands, these dry, cracked hands, and this glove. Let that sit for about 5 minutes. It doesn't need to take a long time. The aloe vera will absorb into your skin very quickly, very, very quickly. So, and just let that sit for a little bit. Let that sit in there for a little bit. It's on the inside, even though it feels like it's on the outside. The gloves are dry. So if you want to just kind of massage it in, you can do that. Let that sit for about 5 minutes. This is the part right here that is usually really cracked and burning, like outside, sometimes right in the knuckles, just kind of cracked. So this feels really nice, really, really nice. It feels really nice, just going on my hands. There's a soothing, aloe vera is very soothing to burns and cuts and stuff like that. Dry, cracked skin. Aloe vera is very soothing. I know that it has so many more medicinal purposes internally as well as externally. But for right now, these dry, cracked hands is feeling amazing already. And it hasn't even been 5 minutes just on contact. So I'll be right back to show you what my hands will look like after the 5 minutes is up. I'm back and it's been right at around 5 minutes, maybe 6. I'm gonna take the gloves off and just put them right here. And you can already see that my hands, the color is already restored in this hand. You can already see the beauty. This feels so amazing. It feels so good. Just the aloe vera alone has restored the moisture that the soap washing your hands constantly will drain out of the natural oils in your skin. So let's take this one off, and I'm just gonna go like this a little bit. Look at that. So it feels so good. And I do this at night because nobody wants to be feeling cracked, dry hands at night. This feels so good. Aching and burning. Look at the color. That's already been restored. They're not dry. Soothing. So I'm not going to wash this off because I want it to continue to absorb in my skin. But what I will do is I put a paper towel here. I'm going to put these over here in this bowl. I put a paper towel here. It's in 3. So I'm going to take one of these and just kind of pat it dry. Just kind of pat it dry so that I don't have that sticky feel on my hand. Just kind of pat it. You don't need to clean it off. You don't need to wash them after. Just kind of pat it dry. Pat them. Now I'm going to put this paper towel to the side because if you like me, things is real limited at this time. So I'm gonna use this over. It has aloe vera in it. I haven't done anything else with it, so I'm just gonna put that right there and use it again for when I get done with this coconut oil treatment. So now I'm going to put my hands in this oil, coconut oil. And I'm gonna let that sit on here. Let these sit on here while I go do the dishes. So I'll be right back when I'm done doing the dishes, which will probably take, I don't know, 20 minutes. You don't have to let them sit that long. You could actually do this for like another 5 minutes. But because I didn't do the dishes before I'm doing this, I don't want my hands to be cracked and dry from the bleach water again, and then have to reapply. So these gloves are perfectly clean. I'm gonna go wash the dishes and I'll be right back in about 20-30 minutes to show you what the hands look like. What the hands look like. Okay, I'm back. I took a paper towel and just kind of dried them a little bit after I got done washing the dishes. Now I'm gonna just massage. This oil is still oil in here. It still feels really good and it's very soothing. I want to say that the coconut oil will lock in because I didn't rinse my hands after the aloe vera application. So I want to say that the oil on top of that is really going to seal that aloe vera in. That's what I want to say. There's no scientific proof to suggest that, but let's go with that. Go with the flow. So, okay, let's go ahead and take these gloves off. I like to take them off this way. So, wow, look at that. Look at those hands. Yes. Oh, restored. It feels so good. You can do this. Now, generally speaking, what I would do is just take these hands and clean my face. So I'll take this and just kind of go over my face with it because the oil. So now you see that face is the same at night. Yes. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section if you did the same exact thing with the hand mask and bringing moisture and color back into, and soothing back into your life. These lips, dry, from drinking a lot of water as well. Let me know in the comment section how this worked for you. I appreciate everyone who has watched this video. Please grow with love, everybody. And until then, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.